between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And some space here. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there right off the bat. Given 42 yards on the ground. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The Bengals at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
1st down, and they go back to Harris. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now here's another carry for Harris. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape is the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
On 3rd down, Langford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. When they failed on that 3rd down play, that brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. excellent job by them defensively.
Burrow on play action. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
Again, it's Harris on second down. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After the loss, they'll come up second and 13. They'll toss to Harris. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. They find some open field here. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Harris running straight ahead. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd of a yard. Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visiting Bengals who came away with the victory in that one, so they'll look to take the season series now here at home in Cincinnati. Play action. It's Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Devin Bush driving in and picking up the sack. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly, because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try to protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
27 yards there, a first down. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Going up top. And this is caught. And all the way in for Cincinnati score. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? The teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they bring things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Can't get away, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because they'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Curtis.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Here we go. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And they go play action now. Burrow. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Alex Highsmith making a nice play and getting the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
To try again after the sack. Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now it's Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
McPherson's kick is good. So long drive gets it down inside the 5. It's made. They saw finish the field goal.
I have to think that if maybe they were a little closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Operating from the gun, Langford. He gets it complete to Harris. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. That'll give him 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
To throw on 3rd down. Langford. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals.
And he will take it on in for the Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 58 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it 1 more time, so make sure you get in shape.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, Langford. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Presley Harvin now. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 69 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge. And that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
They'll try and sneak it here. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 1 yard is the gain. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers get a bit closer. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
Steelers 7. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Here we go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is perfect control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now Burrow on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, pulled it in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. That make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Hall. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that'll bring up 4th down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
He'll return it from the 6. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They run again with Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They hand this off to Harris. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Boswell's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
I like that they're staying aggressive with the offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. To throw again on second down. Burrow looking deep downfield. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 57 yards. And the Bengals are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Now after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Here's Harris. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 156 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Langford, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
We're looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. That is caught at the 7. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough at run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Steelers triumph, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Going to run the toss here to Harris. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a toss play. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
This was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. And it would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking and they were. But don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So for the Bengals, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the calendar change to October didn't help as they dropped to 0-5 on the year. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints.